What's up, y'all? It's your girl, Galaxy Queen Star. I know I've been MIA for a minute, but I be working and working at overtime. And, plus the boo, he wanted his time and everything. You know how you act when y'all don't get no time. So, today I just wanted to recap the Smack Volume 2. I must admit, no, I did not buy the pay-per-view, but I did have the bootleg copy, and before I get into the recap, I'm just going to tell you the reason why I had the bootleg copy, okay? Now, for Gnome 8 and the rest of the battles coming up, I'm going to buy the pay-per-view. But with this particular, card, I only cared about two battles, to be honest with you, which was the Averb versus Twerk and the other battle, Arsenal versus Hollow. Those are the only two battles I really cared about on this card. That's number one. And number two, let's be real here. Smack, the URL, has a history of bad streams. I don't have this problem with KOD, a lot of other leagues. I don't have this problem. But with Smack, every single pay-per-view there's a problem, and there was a major problem with this card. I'm hearing a lot that, they were down for 2 hours. I was at work and, I'm online and a lot of people are complaining about the stream. It's kept messing up during the battle, the Mike P battle. And, it was down for 2 hours. So had I paid my $50, I would have been really, really, really upset. I would have been upset. And Smack didn't even apologize to the fans or nothing. All he did was explain what happened. But every time there's a problem, they really need to get it together. They're supposed to be the most respected, and so they have to be more professional. And this is just real talk. I like the URL, I like Smack and the stuff that they're doing. But if they want people to continue to buy these pay-per-views, they have to be more professional and they have to make sure that they stream is good, because it's only going to create people, more bootleggers at the end of the day. So when this happened, people were bootlegging it, and that's how I got to watch two of the battles that I really wanted to see, and so somebody sent me the battle, shared it from YouTube, sent it to my phone, and right away I watched those two battles, Ars versus Hollow and Averb and Twerk. I watched those two battles right away, and my plan was to watch the rest of the battles today, being that I'm off today, but my naive behind thinking that I could, wait. And now that I pull it up, the video is now taken down due to copyright infringement. So I can't watch the rest of the battles. But at least I got to see the two battles that I really, really wanted to watch. So now we're going to get into it. Averb versus Twerk. So Twerk goes first. Now, what I noticed about Twerk is that he seemed really, really nervous. He seemed nervous. He went first and he's stumbling, during the first round, and then towards like the middle of the round, he wound up choking. He just wound up choking. He tried to continue, and then boom, he jerseyed out. So I was really, really disappointed in Twerk, especially after the face-off that he had with Averb. He seemed so confident. He seemed like he had his bars down pat. So for him to come off the first round and you already stumbling and already choking, it's like, really, Twerk, after all of that mess you was talking, so it was a big disappointment, and I didn't think he would be able to recover. He did seem very nervous. So now here comes Verb. He comes on the first round. All Verb had to do was get through his round, because clearly Twerk already lost. Once you choke, in my book, once you choke, okay, you lost that round. Point blank, period. You lost. So as long as the other opponent don't choke, if he could get through his round, he won automatically. So Verb, he wasn't no slouch. He did his thing. He had a lot of nice bars. He was flowing nice. He was spitting nice. He was very smooth with his, his bars, and he got through crisp and clear. So Verb got that first round. Second round, here comes Twerk. Now, being that Twerk did mess up the first round, he knew he had to turn up, and that's exactly what he did. He came with it. He didn't disappoint this time. He said what he had to say, had a few bars that hit, people was feeling him, and he did a great job second round. Now, here come Verb. Verb too. Verb had a clear round. His flow was nice. His performance was good. His bars was hitting. Okay, so I'm not going to tell y'all who got the second round yet, because it really all comes down to this round to see who really won the battle. So now here come the third round. So Twerk comes in first. Twerk was even more turned up, okay, doing his thing. And then he said some line where he was like, he's reaching over the body, and then he took his hoodie off, and it was like, whoa, it was very, very shocking, because Twerk always wears a hoodie. He never reveals his bald head, his head. And now I can see why. He do have like an egghead, but he never reveals his head, and for him to take off that hoodie, was very, very shocking. I remember seeing Calico all in the camera clapping, and Tay Rock comes up to the camera, like everybody was so shocked. And he did turn up in that round. He had a exceptionally good round, the best round of the night. His third round was great. So even Averb, I noticed, I'm looking at Averb to get his reaction, and all Averb could do was just smile and nod his head like, yo, you got that one. He even knew he was doomed in the third round. So here come Averb. Now, it seemed like he lost a little bit of his energy, because it seemed like he already gave up, knowing that Twerk had such a fire round, and he knew he couldn't top that. Couldn't top Twerk taking off his hoodie no matter what he do. That was like, a haymaker by itself, Twerk taking off the hoodie, you know what I'm saying? So, but he still got through it. No stumbles, no chokes. Verb still had a solid round, the third round. So, Verb clearly took the first, Twerk clearly took the third. So now it all boils down to the second. In my opinion, this was kind of like a preference battle, only because they have totally different styles. Averb can get aggressive, but he's not as aggressive as Twerk. If you like to hear more lyricism and like Verb, he breaks stuff down. He has a smooth flow with it. You know what I mean? And you can clearly hear his bars and hear his angles, which were great angles and bars. And then with Twerk, he's more exaggerated and more performance-like, So you can't really always hear every single bar. You have to really like keep playing it to hear what he got to say, So just to me, this battle was a tie. But if I had to give it to either Twerk or Averb, off of first watch, I only watched it one time, I'll give it to Averb. Averb, I like his second round better. He was more strategic with his angles and his bars. I like his flow. You know what I mean? So I give it to Averb 2-1. Averb got the first and second. But I do wonder, had not Twerk choked that first round, I wonder if Twerk could have took the first round. But it is what it is. Twerk lost that first round, and Averb pretty much got it off the back after he choked, after Twerk choked. So Averb kind of got it on default in a way, you know what I mean? But hey, I gotta give it to Verb. He did his thing. I'm proud of you, Verb. You really moving up, and you really showing us that you still got it. Okay, so off of first watch, I give Verb the first and second round 2-1. Now, going to the next battle that I saw, which is Arsenal versus Hollow. Now, I must say, Arsenal is one of my favorite battle rappers, but lately, he doesn't have the same passion as he used to have, Arsenal. Like, he used to come into battles and be fully prepared with his bars, spitting it and it's hitting. And, he had fire bars. He was passionate at one point. But ever since he retired, even when he took his last battle, when he, not with Lux, because he did pretty good with Lux. But I was disappointed in the battle with Briz, Briz Rothstein. Briz killed him 3-0. Okay, to me, he wasn't prepared in that battle. He didn't take Briz seriously. He had a lot of freestyles in that battle. Even with the chick, QP, that chick, QP Diamond, he didn't take her seriously. He came with all freestyle rhymes, okay? And now even with Hollow, I thought Arsenal was going to come prepared. And I know when Arsenal got written bars and when he has freestyle bars. And it seemed like the majority of this battle, Arsenal had freestyle bars. He was not prepared. And when you watch this battle, you're going to see what I'm talking about, because in the rounds, Arsenal kept hesitating. You could tell like he was thinking about, okay, what I want to say next. You know what I'm saying? So let's go into it. First round, Hollow starts first. Hollow was great off the rip, and I'm not really a huge Hollow fan either, but he impressed me. It seemed like Hollow changes his style with every opponent that he has. I never saw this kind of Hollow before, so he impressed me. I understood everything he was saying. He had great angles and great bars, off the rip. Hollow was great, and I love the first round. So here come Arsenal. Now when Arsenal comes in, Arsenal is like overly aggressive. Arsenal is overly aggressive, for no reason. And I kind of figured that he was upset about that face-off, being that Hollow produced some records and receipts about him and trying to say that he don't own his own league and all of this stuff. So Arsenal seemed like he came in with a chip on his shoulder, like he was extra mad, extra aggressive. He over here tapping, Hollow's chest. He was just being really, really unprofessional on stage, Arsenal. He was a little too aggressive. And his stuff wasn't really hitting. Like, his stuff was not hitting to me. It was boring. It just seemed like some kindergarten, rhymes he had. I could tell he was freestyling a lot. So the first round, he was overly aggressive, tapping Hollow. I did not like the first round. Hollow clearly took the first round. Then the second round comes. I believe the second round is when Hollow, I'm not 100% sure, but I remember in one of the rounds, Hollow, went and got his blue jacket, the same jacket that he wore the first, battle he had with Arsenal. His hair was already cut low, so he put the cap on, and he looked exactly like the old Hollow in the old battle that they had. So he's rhyming, rapping. He had different flows and angles, and his performance was great. He did a great job. And being that Arsenal, was getting really aggressive with him, he started getting aggressive with Arsenal. And I believe in the second round too is when the scuffle took place. Okay, Arsenal didn't appreciate him being aggressive with him, so Arsenal pushes Hollow, and that's not fair. Like, it's okay for you, Arsenal, to get all up in Hollow's face, but Hollow can't do it back to you. You got a problem with that? That's not fair. You know what I'm saying? And I noticed with Arsenal on his league, whenever he have a battle of rappers, they rapping, he makes sure that there's no scuffle take place. There's nothing popping off. He has a lot of control in his league. You know what I'm saying? He makes sure everything goes smoothly. So for Arsenal to come here on Smack stage and act a fool like he did was just messed up to me. It's like, you wouldn't have acted like that in your league. So why would you do that over here with Smack? You know what I'm saying? Like, he was totally unprofessional. I lost a lot of respect for Arsenal in this battle. So a little scuffle took place. They broke it up, and it seemed like that kind of, his momentum, Hollow's momentum kind of went down a bit, but he was still on point doing his thing. He finished the round. Okay? And as a matter of fact, Arsenal stopped him. Stopped time. Arsenal actually interrupted Hollow's round, calling time on him because Hollow was getting in his bag. Hollow was about to get in his bag, you could tell. And here come Arsenal stopping his round from him going off. So that's another thing I didn't appreciate about this card. With the times, them calling times, I didn't like that. I was really getting into what Hollow was saying, and then Arsenal actually calls time. Like, he totally tried to dominate, that battle with Hollow. He was trying to punk Hollow. it's messed up to me because it's like, what happened to that energy when you was battling Calico? What happened when Trick Trick was calling you out from the audience? You didn't have that type of energy with Calico and Trick Trick, but you want to act like that with Hollow? Really, Arsenal? You know, that make you look real cowardly. Like, that make him look real cowardly. I didn't like that at all. You know, so now we going into the second round with Arsenal, lackluster. Okay, he kept stopping, you know, and at one point even Hollow said, "Oh, you done? You done?" Because Hollow even noticed that he kept hesitating. It seemed like he was thinking about the next thing, what he wanted to say. You know, I could tell Arsenal was not prepared at all. He had a lot of freestyle bars, and a lot of them wasn't even hitting. Only maybe, I'll say, 2 or 3 bars that he said that was kind of good. You know, so now the third round comes. You know, Hollow did his thing as usual. You know, he had no chokes, no stumbles. He had great bars, great angles, and he finished with a solid round. And then here come Arsenal. You know, he comes on, and I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Well, I don't know. I don't know if I did it wrong, but I know first rounds 1, 2, and 3. Hollow took all 3 rounds. Arsenal, all his rounds, round 1, 2, and 3 were lackluster. I did not like it at all. Arsenal clearly lost every single round. Arsenal lost, you know, and I was very disappointed in this battle. Okay, I don't remember where I left off what went round, but just know that Arsenal was doodle this battle. He was doodle, and Hollow clearly 3-0 Arsenal. Okay, so I really feel like, you know, and even after the battles are over and Tech 9 and Champion them is interviewing some of the battle rappers, even Arsenal admitted. He was saying things like, "Oh, you know, I'm a rapper now. I'm on tour. My mind is not on battle rap. My mind is not focused on it." He even admitted, like, he's basically not passionate about battle rap anymore. He's only doing it for the money. You know, and my thing is, if you ain't passionate, if you're not trying to give the fans a great performance, don't battle. Don't do it. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to see you up there and you giving us a half decent performance. Like, you rather not even come on stage, Arsenal. You rather not come on stage. So that's my recap. You know, hopefully I get to look at the other battles, you know, when I get a chance. You know, I don't have the bootleg anymore, so hopefully when somebody who has it will send it to me and I can recap the rest of the battles. But I am looking forward to Gnome 8. I heard Surf is going to be on the card. I heard Tay Rock is battling Goods, you know, which I don't think makes sense, you know, because Goods, he really sucked his last battle with Gems, and Tay Rock is more aggressive. Goods is more laid-back battle rapper, so I really don't think that's a good match, but I still want to see it, so I will be paying for that pay-per-view, Gnome 8. You know, and it seemed like the URL got a lot of battles to come. All right, y'all, so y'all have a good day, and I'll see y'all a little later on tonight. All right, later.